How's it going, guys? I'm Connor from Running Warehouse. Today I'm here with Jocelyn Watson, the field chief of HOKA Pro Cole Watson, and we are here in the mix of Western States 100 at what I might say is the premier aid station of the race, Forest Hill. Now, we just saw Cole come in and out. Your team did an amazing job, really quick transition. You made it look easy. Tell us about what the whole crewing experience is like, and maybe for someone who doesn't know about it, what it entails.
Yeah, so crewing for Cole, crewing for Western States, there's a lot of preparation that comes in beforehand. I've joined Cole on a lot of his long runs leading up to Western States. I would come out and meet him on a lot of his point-to-point trail runs. He would start in one place and finish at another, and I would meet him out on the trail, certain parts of the course actually, where I would get him his water, his snacks, and this actually allowed us to fine-tune what's working for him or what's not working, so we can get all of the gunk out of the system before race day, so we can get everything dialed in. And then once we get out here, really all the hard work's been done. So we just execute what we've been planning ahead of time.
Now, how much experience do you have crewing Cole, and how does that kind of help come race day here at Western?
Yeah, Cole's been running ultras for about 5 years now, but he's actually only run a couple 100Ks, and this is his second 100-miler. Crewing, it takes a lot of time and a lot of patience and just understanding where your runner is at. And honestly, Cole is most of the time very dialed in what he needs, and we talk about it ahead of time, and if it's not working, we quickly switch it out and move forward with what is working.
So Cole came in quick, you guys got to him, and I'd say maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds, he was out trying to get the next guy ahead of him. How much pressure is that on you guys to actually execute in that short of a time?
So surprisingly enough, before the race, we had a crew meeting and we did talk about, our whole plan and everything, but one of our goals was to not be moving so fast that we weren't focused on what we were doing. Oftentimes when you're moving too quick, we can have errors, and we wanted to make sure Cole went out with everything that he needed. It goes by really fast, and I think what's important is making sure you're making that eye contact with your runner, understanding what's going on with them. And if they're not talking, that's probably okay at 62 miles into the race, but oftentimes I feel like for the elites, they are in and out pretty quick. Personally, I feel like Forest Hill is where the race really begins, so it's time to get moving.
Now, you talked about strategy with your team. What is going to be kind of your crew layout today? Are there any key spots you're hitting along the way?
Yeah, so we have a crew team of about 10 people actually, but we're covering two sides of the trail based on the amount of time that it takes to get from the start line to the next aid stations. It's really great to have two separate teams to cover side A, which is along Forest Hill Road, and then side B along Mosquito Ridge Road. So we have two leads, we each have our own plan, and in addition to that, we have additional help who's getting bottle, water dunks, ice, and all the extra things, just making sure we don't forget things.
Now, there's lots of aid stations out here on the course. Would you say that there's maybe one or two aid stations that are the most crucial for an athlete?
Definitely. I would say Robinson Flat and Forest Hill are pretty important. They're at critical mileage, 50K and 100K. It's oftentimes pretty hot. Coming into Robinson Flat, the runners are coming out of the high country, and then coming into Forest Hill, it's kind of a celebration because you're almost done with the canyons. The runners get to pick up their pacer and get to head down to the river.
So we are here at Forest Hill. We just saw Cole come through. Were there any signs that you noticed when you kind of looked at him, had a few words? Was there anything you noticed that gave you confidence or maybe a little bit of fear going into these final 40 miles?
I would say the fact that he wanted chicken nuggets was pretty impressive to me. He was requesting some solid neutral foods, and we asked Cole about a week ahead of time, what special food would you want if you could have it? And he wanted McDonald's chicken nuggets. So that's definitely a positive sign, and we're super stoked to see where he ends up at the river.
All right, Jocelyn, final question I have for you today. We saw Cole really just get through this aid station seamlessly. Your crew is experienced. What would you say to another crew out there who's looking to maybe run in Western States? What would you say is kind of that key aspect to a successful crew?
Yeah, I would definitely say communication is key when it comes to your crew and your runner. A great example, I ran up past the aid station, and there's certain aid stations along the course where you're able to jog along with your runner, talk to them about what they need. So at Forest Hill, I ran up past the aid station, jogged in with him, asked him what he needed before the aid station, Did he need any of his bottles switched out? Any special snacks he wanted? Chicken nuggets. And definitely communication, checking in with your runner is key.
Perfect. Well, thank you for giving us kind of the full breakdown of what it's like to be in a crew here at Western States. It's exciting, it's amazing, and I think you guys did an amazing job. And now we just got to wait and see how Cole does here at Western States 2022.